I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes, and today I'm going to review X-Men number 5 from Jonathan Hickman. This comic reunites Powers of 10 creative team writer Hickman, artist lr.b Silva, and color artist Marte Gracia. Despite being written by Hickman himself, thus far, X-Men's actually kind of been hit or miss for me at least. It really hasn't been building enough on House of X, Powers of 10, and all the things that made that series great. Now that's starting to be remedied this week. X-Men number 5 builds on multiple themes including resurrection, evolution, and post-humanity. It also revisits the Children of the Vault that were reintroduced in issue 1 of X-Men. This issue of X-Men is absolutely fantastic. It's easily the best comic book Dawn of X has produced thus far, even eclipsing all the excellent issues of X-Force. Now, why would I make such a bold claim? Let's get into the details in today's comic book review. It's great having lr.b Silva and Marte Gracia back. It feels like having old friends return. I've missed the art so much. In fact, I'll go as far as to say I very much undervalued the quality they were bringing in Powers of 10. I still maintain Pepe Larraz's work in House of X was a little bit better, but lr.b Silva was 100% bringing the goods in Powers of 10 as well. Now, I have enjoyed Leinil Francis Yu's visuals regarding technology and settings, but Silva is far superior with characters, and that's really important because this is absolutely a character-driven story. Besides just the wonderful character work and the awesome coloring from Marte Gracia, one of the things that really stands out are the visuals inside the vault. Yes, we visit that this week. We get to see where the children of the vault are from. They're very unique. It's a fantastic aesthetic. lr.b Silva and Marte Gracia knock it out of the park when they do the visuals inside the vault. But my favorite art in this story is the entrance to the vault with a fallen sentinel sitting over the gate. It just looks cool. In a comic book filled with great art, it stands out above the rest, in my opinion. And this serves as an unfortunate reminder that lr.b Silva was just removed from the solicitations for X-Men number 8. It really sucks that it appears that Silva is going to be wasting his time on the Empyre event. In my opinion, he and Marte Gracia should be devoting all of their time on the X-Men franchise. Like I said, I love the visuals in this. The art is fantastic. I rate it 4 out of 5 overall. Jonathan Hickman's characterization is easily the standout feature in this comic book. It's a return to the fantastic dialogue that he had in House of X, Powers of 10. We saw that a little bit last week when Magneto had his speech at that dinner party, but Hickman really dials it up a notch in this comic book. One of the opening scenes in the comic is Wolverine tracking down Serafina. She was one of the post-human characters that was a member of the Children of the Vault introduced in issue 1, and she escaped. Wolverine has a terrific line when he encounters a couple of men that she is basically possessed. He says, "Is there any way I can convince you gentlemen to step aside and let me catch this very bad girl?" I really dug it. It felt like Wolverine. And of course they didn't listen to him, so he beats the piss out of all of them. Great work, Jonathan Hickman. We also get some interesting characterization between Logan and Laura later on. Cyclops calls her X-23 and she corrects him and claims she's Wolverine. And Wolverine's response is kind of to egg her on, maybe agree with her a little bit. In my opinion, it's stupid. She's X-23, he's Wolverine. Stop trying to share superhero handles and identities. It only works in rare cases like Green Lantern. A majority of the time, it's just going to cause resentment from readers towards a new character. Stop the BS. She's X-23, he's Wolverine. Stop trying to make it happen. The next great bit of characterization we get is of Darwin, X-23, and Sync. We knew from a preview promo a few weeks back that they were going to be sent on a special mission. We learned this week why they were chosen for this specific mission. The 3 of them are going to breach the vault. When they do that, that's going to cause a temporal shear that only they can survive. Well, along with Wolverine, of course, but he's busy doing some work with X-Force. Darwin is chosen because of his adaptive abilities, X-23 because of her healing abilities, and Sync because he can mimic both of them. The most interesting part of the characterization of these three is the medical report about Sync regarding resurrection. This is in one of the white pages, maybe the most important white page that's been delivered in Dawn of X. We know now that Sync is physically stronger since being resurrected. The Five are fixing imperfections during the resurrection process, and it's believed that they are doing this unintentionally. So Sync isn't exactly a physical clone of the original character. He's actually been improved along the process. In my opinion, this is an enormous revelation that should have reverberating effects through the Dawn of X line. And even more interesting is the psychological report contained within the medical. And this was kind of hinted at with Pyro and Marauders #1. Sync is having trouble coming to terms with the new setting, being resurrected, seeing people that he knew in a younger life that have advanced past him, have grown up, grown older, and it's affecting his ability to readapt into Krakoan life. Sync was one of the very first mutants resurrected, and since then they have changed protocols. The new plan is to resurrect mutants in batches that lived together, that grew up together, that knew each other, and then left together. In my opinion, this is all hinting that Krakoan society is a house of cards waiting to collapse. When is one of these resurrected mutants gonna snap? When is a group of them gonna snap? And now we know they're all physically improved, but how much have they been improved? Has it even been revealed yet? This is all getting much more interesting, folks. Now, the last bit of characterization that I think Hickman does a great job, like I said, he knocks it out of the park with characterization and dialogue in this issue, is the Vault and the children of the Vault. We learn that time progresses much faster in the Vault and that it's a different form of reality. We also learn it may take another 1,000 years for the Vault door to open once the team of Darwin, X-23, and Sync enter, so I find it shocking Cyclops would even consider letting them do this. They're so young, and Cyclops is taking a huge risk. And the reason why is the children of the Vault are post-human. Charles tells his team that they are the greatest threat to mutantdom. It builds on the events in House of X Powers of 10, man-made evolutioning, threatening to outpace natural evolution of mutants and taking their place as the most powerful species on the planet. The children of the Vault represent that. They are an existential threat to every mutant on the planet. Charles also informs the team that once they enter the Vault, Cerebro can't penetrate it, so he won't know if they're alive or dead, if they've been successful, or if they've failed. And he tells them that the trio will not be resurrected unless they confirm they are in fact dead, so if they fail, if they die inside the Vault, there's no coming back now. This is a great job of creating stakes for the team. Hickman, like I said, knocks it out of the park with characterization and really using resurrection and using some of the themes he introduced in House of X Powers of 10 to their maximum potential. In my opinion, despite the X-23 claiming she's Wolverine, this is near perfect characterization and dialogue. I rate it 5 out of 5. As you might imagine, now that I've given some of the details away, the plot in X-Men #5 is fantastic. When the comic opens, Serafina is in Ecuador. She's trying to reach the Vault and re-enter it, while Wolverine tracks her down. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it in time and she gets into the Vault. Cyclops and Charles believe Darwin, X-23, and Sync can penetrate the Vault and survive, and once they get in there, they're going to be able to provide surveillance, and they're going to be able to provide a lot of key information that they need on the post-humans living inside the Vault. Like I mentioned before, Charles and Cyclops lay out all the potential dangers. They might not be able to bring them back. If they die inside the Vault, they won't be able to confirm it. They will not be able to resurrect them unless they can confirm they're dead. So if disaster strikes while they're in the Vault, it's basically game over for the three of them. And after a bit of consternation, the trio agree to go on the mission and enter the Vault. Now there are AI defenses protecting it. The Vault's just not going to let these kids in, so Cyclops, Storm, and Armor attack the Vault, creating a huge diversion. The trio approach the Vault gate with repurposed technology from Forge and enter. And that's basically where the story ends up. Cyclops is monitoring the vault after some time has passed. Things look very bleak, and Cyclops is coming to the realization that he might have made an enormous mistake. There's so much information and connecting threads coming through this story, but it's extremely well paced despite that. It reads very well, in my opinion. It's not terribly action-packed. This is 100% a character-driven story, but it's exceptionally high quality and a very tense read. I rate the plot 5 out of 5. It was so exciting to have R.B. Silva and Marte Gracia reunite with Hickman for this issue of X-Men number 5. Finally, Hickman is really starting to build on the greatness and all the wonderful threads that he created in House of X Powers of 10. This explores a ton of really interesting plot lines like resurrection, man-made versus natural evolution, and the threat post-humanity represents to mutants. And the white page medical data on Sync is very exciting. Is it a game changer? Maybe, maybe not. I tend to lean towards yes, but we shall see in the months ahead. This is exactly what Dawn of X needed. This kind of impactful issue, this kind of high quality writing, this kind of high quality art to remind people why they bought into Dawn of X, why House of X Powers of 10 were so great. This is what we've all been waiting for. So far, X-Force was the only Dawn of X series really delivering these kind of great comic issues. Finally, Jonathan Hickman has delivered another home run with X-Men number 5. There are a few minor flaws in this comic book, but this is easily a 5 out of 5, receives my highest recommendation. If you liked House of X Powers of 10, if you've been enjoying X-Men, you are absolutely going to love this comic. Your mind is going to be blown away. This is what we all signed up for. I think this is what we were all expecting when we finished up with House of X Powers of 10. This is greatness in a comic book, and I'm so happy Hickman finally delivered the goods again.